Hi, my name is Rael. This is my review of Season 2, Episode 16 of Gravity Falls, titled Roadside Attraction. I thought The Bottomless Pit and Little Gift Shop of Horrors was the worst episodes, but they had some strong little bits in them. I've heard people say this watched or read as somebody's fan fiction, and I understand, that's kind of what it feels like. And then I think I also heard that Alex Hirsch himself admitted maybe he should have had this episode sooner. And I agree because the last few episodes we've had it's kind of been snappy, you know. We've had information. I think once we got forward, the story had really started picking up, and then it just, like last episode, it was a good story-driven episode, and then a little drop, and now we're here. I personally think that this should have been either the first episode of this season, because this would have not been a bad season. I think this should have been the episode after the bunker. This should have been the episode after the bunker. I say this because in this episode, we have Dipper still getting over his crush over Wendy. But that hasn't been mentioned, I don't believe, since the bunker. And it's coming off of this relationship that I think they were trying to set up with him and Pacifica in Northwest Mansion Mystery. And then they shoehorn this Candy having a crush on him. It just... So, the premise of this was Stan's going in an RV with Candy, Grenda, Dipper, Mabel, and Seuss to all these roadside attractions and pranking them as revenge for them pranking him. At every stop, Dipper talks to a girl to get over his crush on Wendy, with Stan giving him great advice. I mean, it really is great advice. Be confident. Don't be a jerk like Dipper, but, be confident in yourself. And then we had some real good bonding between, Stan and Dipper, and that's always good. Because it hardly ever happens. It's usually Stan and Mabel. Also, as I said, the Candy's crush on Dipper was just strung out there. So, at one point, as they're at this place, he goes on a date with Candy, and all the girls that he's talked to show up. So, he looks like a mega jerk. Also, Stan finds out that he bit off more than he can chew, because apparently there's spider women, kind of like Arachne, I believe. Or somewhat like Arachne from the Greek myths. Except I don't think Arachne could actually turn back into a human like these half-spider people could. But that's kind of what came to mind when I watched it. So, the Spider-Woman, took Stan, and Stan called in the cavalry, the kids. They saved him, with Candy really carrying the team. And the Spider-Woman gets crushed under this boot of a statue. And the episode ends with Candy admitting that her crush on Dipper is over after seeing him run away from the spider like a baby. Also, they left Seuss in a cornfield, so that I instantly dropped in quality after that. There was some good. The Stan and Dipper bonding was the highlight of the episode. But it just felt so out of place. I feel like it would have been a better episode, as I said earlier, if it would have came right off the bunker episode. where Dipper's crush on Wendy was just shut down. He was just shut down. So him having, another thing, Mabel kind of looked at Dipper weirdly for having all these pictures of Wendy, but, like, Wendy looked like she was posing for these pictures, so it's not like Dipper was paparazzi stalking her, getting her while she's hiding in the bushes. Like, she was posing for these pictures, so, I mean... Also, Dipper says, I blew my chances with Wendy earlier this summer, and Stan's like, yeah, chances. I don't know why, but that was real funny for me. Overall, I'm going to give this episode a 3 out of 10. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.